Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Wednesday, August 21st, 2013. Well, finally, we get a little bit of excitement in the announcement world for today with existing home sales and the petroleum status report and Uncle Ben on tap for this afternoon. And then typical schedule, nothing real exciting for the rest of the week, at least not as action-packed as it was last week. Let's jump over here and take a look at what's going on around the world. Asia, that's kind of mixed here. Nikkei's closed up a little bit. Hang Seng, kind of a significant down move, and Sensex also pretty significant down move. The positive closes were not all that positive compared to the negative closes. Over in Europe right now it's lunchtime, heading to the pub for a warm beer. Looking down across the board. Alright, let's take a look at the futures here in the United States. Looks like we're going to open on the downside, and gold is down. It's been swinging between down 14 and down 10 as I've been watching it so far this morning. A little bit of a surprise. And does this hurt our position on GLD? Well, it might, but we have until September on this covered call. So we're just going to bide our time. And when the time comes, we'll look at rolling this or whatever, or just letting it expire. We'll just see what happens. It could expire in money, could expire out of the money. You know, if it expires in the money, then they call the shares away and we end up with maximum profit on it. So that's it with gold. And then we have oil's down to 104.64, but about a 0.5% move so far today. Typical, pretty much, from my opinion. So what did I do yesterday? Well, you can see Chipotle and Netflix popped up on here. The alerts triggered on... Did BIDU trigger? I think BIDU did trigger. Let's take a look here. No, BIDU's still there. Alright, so I did get a trigger on Chipotle, and when I first looked at it I was kind of struggling, and let me tell you why I was struggling with Chipotle. I was looking at the August for expiration for this week, and I would have actually had to go practically at the money on it, and I didn't feel at that time comfortable doing that. So I moved into expiration for next week, and there's not a lot of open interest here. This column is open interest, and I did this knowing that. So I usually advise not to trade anything that has less than 500 for an open interest, and the reason why is this bid-ask spread here. When there's not a lot of open interest, the spread widens out. And you can see that illustrated down here when I put this order in yesterday. This is this is a live price right now. Of course it's pre-market, but it's live price. But if I right click on this and say create a duplicate order, here's what you need to note. The midpoint, which is midpoint between the bid and ask of these two options combined, is $1.12. So in theory, at midpoint, I could collect $1.12 in credit. the natural price is 80, so that's a spread of 32 cents, which is kind of big. Really is very large. But what I did, even though there was this large spread, I just dropped this price here 2 cents yesterday. So this isn't what it was at. I actually ended up getting in for 88 cents, but it was at 90 cents, the midpoint, and I just dropped it 2 cents like this as an example, and went ahead and sent that out and got a fill pretty quickly on it. So I was a little bit surprised at that. So that's why you want to stick with the ones that have a little bit more open interest, and you get tighter spreads between the bid and ask. Just as an example, let's take a look at Apple. A couple of strikes off of in the money. Even though Apple is a stock that trades for twice the amount, here we have a bid-ask spread of 20 cents. So if I was to go and say I want to do a vertical there and do a create duplicate order, you can see that there's only a 17-cent bid-ask spread here, even though the underlying is worth twice as much. And that has a lot to do with it. So let's take this off of here, and here we have a open interest of 1430. So there's a lot more attention being paid to Apple, of course. Alright, so that was Chipotle. I got in on that. It's down a little bit right now. Take a look at the chart for it. And what I've gone back to actually putting in the time on this price level here to show where I'm at for my short strike, and I did enter this at 1322. So it took me a while to I looked at it a couple of times in the morning and was figuring out if I really wanted to get in this or not. And I did get in at 1:22 in the afternoon Eastern time, and that was right on this candle. And so that kind of figures that that was the very end of this candle, because this candle starts at 1324. So as soon as I got in, it saw that I got in. It picks on me. The market picks on me and pulls back. The entire market pulled back about that time, actually. So that was my entry on Chipotle. And then Netflix, pretty happy with that one. Got in pretty early on that one, to tell you the truth. Over here, this one I got in at, sort of broke my rules and got in right after the open at 9:35. I don't do the seconds on this thing. So if you look here, when you look at the seconds, I don't bother to correct that. But if you look at it on the daily chart, you're not going to get the time of day, because it's just a daily candle. But if you do it on the intraday chart, then you get the time of day. Alright, so this very healthy looking candle, and I was able to capture most of this run up during the day. And if it continues to run up today, let's take a look here, 270, 272. No, it may actually gap down. It's already traded 300 shares. So it's probably going to gap down, but that's okay. So if the market moves down, we'll take a look at our SPY position next here. If the market continues to move down, and here let's take a look at the futures. That's a better indicator. Come on, charts. Okay, here we go. About last night, at 8 o'clock, we got to move down. And I think that's when the Asian markets open, to tell you the truth. I think right around 8 o'clock in the evening, Eastern time. So we got to move down right away. So there's a good possibility that I can exit this, get rid of my shorts here, because they're only at 5.5 cents, and that's a midpoint. So it's probably 6 and 5 for bid ask, or 5 and 6 I should say for bid ask. So if we move down to like 4 cents or 3 cents, I'm going to get rid of them and eliminate my risk on that. And the same thing with Netflix. If it continues to move up, we are at 28 cents. It's going to have to move up a lot. The expiration is this Friday. All right, now that's pretty much it for our current holdings. Gold, we're just kind of keeping an eye on that. Not really worrying a whole heck of a lot. And then my speculation here, stock on NAVB, which is a pharmaceutical stock, had a really nice day yesterday. And it's because they got a code, a Medicare code or a Medicaid code or whatever you want to call it, that enables them to bill Medicare for the use of the drug, or at least it smooths the process. It's funny, the way that the market reacts to some things. All right, let's take a look at the A+ list real quick. Apple's moving down to our target. We'll see what happens today. We look in here, 600 have already traded. So we're at like 502. It may gap up 50 cents or so at the open based on that current information. Amazon. No. I'm looking at a possible trend reversal here. Lots of negative indicators. This is where my target is for right now. We'll just continue to keep an eye on it, see if this 50 MA rolls over. BIDU did not get the alert. Let's see if it's still valid. Lots of indecision here. So I am removing this alert. I'm not seeing a lot of momentum to either side. CELG. Ooh, we just got a nice move up yesterday. Okay. Alert on CELG. It's good. KCF. No price movement. It's pretty flat. Nothing interesting happening there. Chipotle I already looked at. We looked at gold. Let's go right to Google. Google. Can't determine what's going on here. It's kind of a mixed bag. Just stay away from it for now. Goldman Sachs. Okay, we're looking at a new downtrend here. Confirmation on the long term. We have our target here. LinkedIn, did we look at that? I don't think so. LinkedIn is another alert that went off yesterday. I think it went off yesterday. Yeah. And didn't see anything there that made me want to jump in when I looked at the intraday chart and the price action for the day. I just didn't feel real good about it. So we took a pass on that, and yeah, I just see some signs of struggle here. Not getting confirmation. MasterCard. We have a little bit of a blip up, but this, I would like to have seen a bigger green candle yesterday, since the market was sort of mixed and kind of up but not up. But I'm seeing a lot of downside confirmation here on the longer term chart. So are we looking at a possible counter trend trade here? I'm going to put an alert on this so that I can look at it today. And it would be to the bearish side. Not saying that I'm necessarily going to want to get in here, but I just want to keep a look at this. If this breaks down below this alert here, just kind of, and I should probably adjust it up around here. Yeah, right below those lows of the last 2 days. I might be interested in doing a trend reversal trade on this particular one. Alright, I hit my pause again, and I'm not sure exactly where I left off, but we're down to Tesla right now, and there was nothing on anything that I might have missed in between my pause. There was nothing on it. Tesla had a nice gap up yesterday, so we kind of missed this one here. We could have done something on there, did not. Very gappy though, isn't it? Wow, that's amazing. But might be a little bit too late on that one. Well, let me go back here and reconsider. Let's take a moment here. Let's see here. We're not. We sort of have. It's really high here on the MACD. For the moving average is way up there at 15 or higher. Yeah. This is, I don't know. I just don't know. I think I'm going to, let's take a look at next week where we could end up here. 140. No, I'm just not feeling good about that. I'm going to take a pass. And Visa. Alright, we're in a downtrend. We have a target set there for Visa. Alright, so for today we have CELG MA with a bull put and MasterCard with a bear call. And we took BIDU out of the picture. Alright, fellow traders. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and happy trading.